Time is running out, and all sides involved in the 2015 Iran nuclear deal are hoping these talks held here in the Austrian capital since early April will soon lead to a breakthrough. Technical discussions are now underway about how and when Iran can scale back its nuclear program in exchange for sanctions relief. Since the U.S. left the deal in May of 2018, it's imposed a series of hard-hitting sanctions on Iran's oil and banking sector. Now, Iranian officials say advances they've made in their nuclear program in retaliation to those sanctions could be reversed. The most significant being current enrichment levels of 63%, the highest in Iran's history. Under the 2015 Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action, or JCPOA, it was only allowed to enrich to 3.67%. A 3-month deadline set by the signatories of the nuclear deal for Iran to return to full compliance is set to expire on May 21st. After that, Iranian officials say they will destroy all security footage held since February 21st of the 6 nuclear sites in the country. Cameras in them will also be turned off, leaving the IAEA unable to see what Iran is doing. But there is cautious optimism the talks in Vienna are heading in the right direction.
Progress has been made on some matters, but there are a few which need more deliberations. Iranian and European delegates met yesterday. Nuclear talks in Vienna continue. There is no pre-agreement or temporary agreement, and a deal is finalized when all points of dispute are resolved.
But achieving a deal is being delayed by the technical details of more than 1,500 U.S. sanctions imposed on Iranian entities and individuals since 2018.
It is a question of how will the agreements then implement it. That's the most difficult thing. So when will the sanctions be lifted? What sanctions will be lifted first? And when will Iran start to go back to its commitments of the JCPOA? So the practical implication is the most important thing to discuss.
There has been many attempts to sabotage these talks by other powers, including an attack on the Natanz nuclear facility's power grid that Iran called nuclear terrorism. Many countries, including Israel, are opposed to any deal with Iran, but the Biden administration in Washington wants one.
These negotiations will have consequences far beyond keeping Tehran's nuclear program under check. It's about securing a deal that will ensure the ongoing tensions in the region subside. But despite the desire to reach an agreement, the details are proving to be much more difficult than ever before. Dorsa, Jabbari, Al Jazeera, Vienna.